Hey there, all my fast track superheroes. I hope everybody's doing well and staying healthy throughout this crazy time that we're going through. This is Colton Pettyjohn again from JSO, and I want to continue working with you guys on different services that we can provide. So, that being said, let's jump right into it. So, today's video, we're going to kind of work on self advocacy. Now, really, what self advocacy is being able to know who you are, what rights you have as a human being, and kind of know what accommodations or things that you can do that will help you later in life. So let's look into it. So self advocacy is an individual's ability to effectively communicate, convey, negotiate, or assert their own interests, needs, desires, and rights. Now, that's really a lot of information, so let's unpack that a little bit. So, when it says the ability to effectively communicate, really what that's saying is being able to go up to somebody and say, hey, this is my disability, this is who I am, this is what accommodations or assistances I need to be successful, whether that's in school, in college, in the workforce. It really doesn't matter. You need to know who you are as a person and what things you need to do to succeed. That kind of goes in with convey, is being able to tell the person effectively like how and what you need to be successful. So say, I don't know, maybe you're in a wheelchair and you for some reason can't reach the highest shelf that your work is doing. And being able to tell your boss, hey, I need a grabber or a long arm thing so I can actually reach things on the top shelf. Or just being able to say, hey, is there any way we could put that lower? Things like that. As well as being able to negotiate. So with that, if maybe they couldn't provide a reacher for you, if you were a wheelchair user, maybe just having them put it on a lower shelf. That's a way of saying, hey, I really need to be access to this material and I'm not getting it in an effective way. Is there any way that we could move it? As well as being assertive. So you got to know what your rights are as a human being. So being able to say, hey, based on my rights as being a human, really this isn't fair. So being able to say that in a way to your boss, to your teacher, or whoever you're working with, that it's not really fair for me to struggle through this while you're not in that way. As well as really knowing who you are as a person is really important to this aspect. So things that you may want to know are your interest. So what do you like to do? What things do you like outside of work or school? What are your hobbies? As well as your needs. So what do you need? So do you need a particular assistive device such as a hearing aid, a reacher, a cane, different things like that to perform the tasks of a school, job, or anything like that? As well as knowing your rights. I keep emphasizing this. Your rights, you are a human being. You should be treated like one. It doesn't matter if you have a disability or not. You have the rights of everybody else. So, again, with this too, is you have to be able to make what are called informed decisions. So, informed decisions are having all the knowledge of all the positive and negatives related to that decision. So, say you do this particular thing, you have 1,000,001 outcomes that could happen. You have all these positives and all these negatives. And so, whatever you choose to do, you have to be able to take responsibility for whatever decision you made. So, an example of this would be say, oh, your mom asked you what you want at the grocery store to eat or for dinner or things like that for the next week. You say, and respond to your mom like, oh, I really don't care, and whatever. So she goes to the store. She buys things that you may not really like. She comes back and you're like, well, I don't like that. Well, you didn't tell her what you wanted in the first place, so you can't really complain about that. So that's a negative outcome. A positive outcome could be you tell her what you want, she buys what you want, and you eat what exactly you want. So another thing is knowing who you are as a person. So being able to know maybe what kind of your learning style is. Are you better at maybe a teacher standing in front of you and talking to you, and you're able to like take notes and being visual about how something is done, or having a teacher talk and being able to listen to it, and then you can do it? Or are you somebody that's more hands-on and needs to actually physically do the action in order for it to happen? That's a really good thing to know about, because as that's how you learn. That's how maybe in college how you'll learn, or maybe even on the job how you're going to learn the particular tasks that you're assigned. Also, maybe knowing your personality. Are you more of a person that is outgoing and takes charge of different projects, or are you more of a laid back kind of a person that really just goes with the flow and follows the lead of somebody else? Both are great. Sometimes we have to play in both roles, though, so it's good to dabble in a little bit of both of those. Now, another thing is being knowledgeable of what accommodations you can receive. When I say accommodations, I really mean what things help you out in your daily life. So maybe you have particular devices. So like I mentioned earlier, hearing aids, cochlears, a cane if you have a visual impairment, a wheelchair if you're a wheelchair user. Those are physical aspects of an accommodation. Some other things that may not be physical: extra time to take tests, extended time for different work projects, if you need tests read aloud to you. Things that are all in your individualized education plans or IEPs that you can carry on to college and even to your work once you get into the workforce. So it's really important to know. It's important to know that you have that option, so you can ask for them whenever you need them. So self-advocacy, again, is all about you. You're given the information and you need to succeed in life. All you have to do is being able to apply it and going forward. That goes for work and that goes for school as well. You got to be able to say, hey, I need this, or I do better if I do this, or different things that really relates to you. And that's what's so important. Right? Really, you hold the key to your own life. You are the person that makes the decisions for you. You know what's best for you. So who better to make the decisions than you? So maybe some questions to think about when you're thinking about advocacy and your future and going forward are, who are you as a person? Like, who am I? What do I like to do? What don't I like to do? Things like that. Maybe, what am I good at? Am I good at working with my hands? Or am I good at more mental stuff like solving math problems? What is my dream? Do I want to go to college, then go to work right out of high school? What kind of job do I want? What is my plan of action? So if I pick a career or a job that requires school, well, I got to go to school. So how am I going to do that? And then once I go to school, okay, how am I going to get a job? Planning all that in advance so you know what is expected of you and how to go forward. Also, who's there for you? Who's here to support you? Everybody at JSIL is here to support you. Anybody from the Department of Rehabilitation Services is here to help. Really just being connected with local services to get you the accommodations and assistances you need to be a more successful human being. So also, what do you need? Do I need assistive devices? Do I need to do another IEP of 504? Things like that to help educate you and help educate others about what you need to be successful. Also, who will help me? It's similar to who's there to support me. We're all here. We're all human beings, and we're all here to support you, as well as what's your story? Yeah, so what? You have a disability, or you're a person that is struggling with a particular type of thing. You're still a human being. We all have our struggles. We all have our obstacles. Yours just maybe a little bit different than mine. And how are you able to tell others and influence and educate others to help them in that way. So all of that being said, I know it's kind of a lot of information to take in. I want to take a little minute to have a little bit of fun and be a little bit lighthearted and kind of funny. So I bet you don't realize, or I bet you don't know that a lot of superheroes have some kind of a disability. There's a lot of superheroes out there that, because they have a disability, they were given particular superpowers. So throughout these different videos, I'm going to be highlighting a particular superhero for that day. So today is actually going to be her alias, or person that she goes by, is Barbara Gordon. So she's popular in the Batman franchise as being the son of Detective Gordon, the head police chief that is really going after Batman all the time. It's his daughter. So, but you're probably wondering, oh, what does he have to do with anything? Well, Barbara Gordon is actually Batgirl in the comic series. But what happens is when she was fighting crime against the Joker, or one of Batman's arch enemies, she gets shot with a gun in her spine and is forced to use a wheelchair for the rest of her life because she has a bullet in her spine and it can't be operated on. So from there, she can't necessarily be Batgirl anymore. So she changes her name and becomes a completely different hero. In that aspect, she doesn't let being in a wheelchair define who she is as a person. She knows who she is. She knows exactly what she's good at and what she's not. With that, she became a computer genius. She's really good with computers, knows how to use them and how to use them to her advantage. So that's what she's good at. She used her advocacy skills to get a job working with other superheroes and organizing her own band of superheroes called the Birds of Prey, which really consists of an ex-cop, Harley Quinn, Huntress, and the Black Canary. There was recently a movie about it, and it's pretty interesting if you want to go watch it. But taking all of those and all the things that she went through, putting those into her work and being able to save Gotham in a way that's pretty cool. She's really famous for saying, yes, I may be in a wheelchair, but I can kick your butt in any other circumstances. I'm here. Yeah, I may have a type of disability, but who cares? So that's kind of what I wanted to end with. I just want to make sure everybody's doing great, everybody's doing good, and everybody is staying safe and healthy. And also, I want you all to remember to always look on the upside. Thanks. See you in the next video.